Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm on the edge of the Ochil Hills in Stirlingshire, and I have to confess, of all the hill ranges in Scotland, the Ochils are probably the ones I know least well. We'll maybe partly put that to rights later today. I'm staying overnight at a Forestry and Land Scotland car park at a place called Pendreich in the Ochils, and I'm delighted to say it's one of 38 car parks the Forestry is keeping open for campervanners into the winter. As part of the Stay the Night scheme, they're extending the summer openings of these car parks until the end of December, and well, hopefully most of them will remain open for the rest of the winter. But the folk at Forestry and Land Scotland say they're still trialling the whole Stay the Night scheme. Now, I personally think it's been a fantastic scheme, and I would urge the forestry people to continue with it. But inevitably, it's up to us, the users. If we abide by the very few rules, pay the overnight fee, and behave responsibly, then I'm sure things will continue as they have been over the past 2 or 3 years. If not, we'll lose the facility. It's as simple as that. Now, I'll put the details of the scheme down below, but I also want to add the details of a great organisation called the Campaign for Real Heirs, or CAMpRA. Now, this organisation works endlessly. They work very, very hard to negotiate new low-cost overnight stopovers for campervanners and motorhomers throughout the entirety of the UK. And of course, these stopovers are otherwise known as heirs. CAMpRA currently has a short questionnaire on the internet to try and help them discover more about you and how they can best serve you. And I would urge you, I'd plead with you to fill in the survey and help them out in any way you can. Help them out as much as you possibly can. CAMpRA has done a fantastic job in the few years they've been around, and it feels like almost every other day there's a new heir opening up somewhere in the UK. We're miles and miles behind our continental cousins when it comes to low-cost stopovers, and if we want more of these facilities, then please support CAMpRA. Complete the survey, and better still, join the organisation and get involved somehow. Okay, I'm going to stop here at Pendreich for the night, and since it's now dark just after 5 o'clock or so, I better get a move on if I'm going to go and climb a hill, so we'll catch you later. I'm off to climb a wee hill called Dumyat. It's only 418 metres high, but it's a prominent hill, a frontier hill. Dumyat rises at the west end of the Ochils, a hill range that forms part of the Highland Line, the boundary between the Highlands and the Lowlands, and as such, it's a meeting place of cultures. In times past, spear-carrying Picts would have trod these hills. Their forts were built on the lower slopes of the Ochils. Probing Roman patrols would have been seen here, and down below the troops of Robert the Bruce would have gathered before the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314. Today, Dumyat is as popular as ever and attracts hill walkers, mountain bikers, runners, geologists and ornithologists, and those who enjoy their history. It's a small hill, the Scottish hills go, but its character makes sure it will always be well regarded. I'm looking out towards the Gurgunnock Hills and Flanders Moss, and beyond the hill-foot towns lie the waters of the River Forth and the Firth of Forth. On a good day gazing north you'll spot Benvorlich and Stucachroin, Benledi, Benvenue, the peaks of the Highlands. Another turn of the head offers wide views of the Ochils escarpment, tumbling down to the flatlands of the lowlands. The Scottish writer and radical politician R.B. Cunningham Graham, known as Don Roberto because of his travels in South America, was once on a mountain in Paraguay when he met another traveller on the summit. He immediately recognised by the stranger's accent that he was Scottish and commended the view. The stranger replied, "Aye, man, but it doesn't beat the view frae Dumyat." On the subject of responsible behaviour, the Forestry and Land car park is absolutely spotless. There's not a bit of litter in sight. Now, whether that's because Forestry and Land staff come and keep it clean, or whether campervanners themselves pick up litter, and I have actually seen a couple of people do that. 400 metres away at the start of the Dumyat walk, there's a car park, and it's an absolute tip. It's full of rubbish, particularly little plastic bags full of dog poo, which have simply been abandoned. So there you have it. There's no campervanners using that car park because it's basically too small. But there's a regular flow of people going up and down Dumyat, taking the dogs for a walk, and that's where the rubbish is. Now, as I said earlier, I'm not claiming this is a proper investigation into rubbish. It's only an observation, but it's an interesting observation. I think campervanners so often get blamed for the behaviour of the general public. Well, that might not have been the toughest hill walk in the world, but all that fresh air has certainly given me an appetite. And I'm going to cook something simple tonight, something nourishing, something warming, but fairly simple. The truth of the matter is there's a football match on the radio tonight and I want to listen to it. So I want to make a meal pretty quickly before the football comes on. So what I'm going to do is I've got 3 sausages here. These are Longhorn beef sausages. They're very good quality sausages. I got them from a place called Logie Steading in Murray, where they have their own herd of Longhorn cattle, and these sausages are great. And I'm going to do something slightly different with them tonight. I'm going to have them with some mushroom risotto. Now this is a kind of ready-made risotto. It's not making a risotto from scratch from risotto rice. So it's simply a kind of boil in the bag thing. You put them in the pot with some hot water, and then just let the water soak in. And I'm going to add the sausages, and then I'm going to have some salad. Sausages are apparently not very good for me. Salad is, so hopefully it'll balance out. I'm not sure nutritionists work just like that. Anyway, let's get going. First things first, so let's, I'm not going to put these sausages in whole. I'm going to cut them up because I think it'll be, they'll warm up kind of easier that way. There we go. I kind of like sausages, as you know, as regular viewers will realise, I'm partial to a sausage, and these are really nice ones. So I'm hoping by cutting them up and put them in the risotto as it cooks. Okay, I've put the risotto in the pot with about 700 ml of cold water. All we have to do now is warm it up and cook it till the risotto rice soaks in that water. And your risotto is a kind of stodgy kind of thing. And on a cold night like this, when you're kind of hungry, you're looking for something that's quite warm and quite comforting. I think risotto is just great. Okay, I've turned the gas down a bit. You just got to watch the stuff that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. It's so easy just to let it burn. And so I use a wooden spoon in these pans. I think it's probably better for the pans, and you can, if something sticks to the bottom, you can use it. Smooth it out again. Okay, I'm going to turn the gas down even lower. There we go. And at this point, I'm going to put the sausages in because I think it'll take a wee bit of time for the sausages to warm up, and there might be a wee bit of fat comes off the sausages, which will help the risotto, I think. Good. Here we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is add just a wee bit of water. It's looking quite thick, so a wee bit of water at this stage I think will help. In this little box I have some herbs and spices and stuff, and I've got some kind of Mexican herbs here, so I'm just going to put 2 or 3 pinches into the risotto. Maybe let's go for 3. Just to add a wee bit of punch, a wee bit of flavour. My son gets me a great big pot of it every year at Christmas from a shop near where he lives in Glasgow, a shop called Luby Pintos. Some of you might be familiar with it. They do all sorts of sort of Mexican delicacies and stuff. Okay, this is coming on not too bad. You can see it beginning to thicken up quite nicely now. The water's soaked into the rice, and it's beginning to look all right. So what I'm going to do is just put the gas off and just leave it for a few moments just to thicken up. Okay, let's see how this is looking now. It looks not too bad. A couple of dollops on the plate. It certainly is warm. I can feel the heat coming from it. It's lovely. Okay. It can help if I can actually direct the stuff into the plate rather than onto the table. Okay, one more. Lovely. Well, just to finish off, I'm just going to put some I've got a little pot of Italian seasoning, so I'll just put a wee bit of that over the top, just various little herbs, and give that a mix up, and that should be it. So there we go, my friends, mushroom risotto and salad. Yeah, that's nice. I'll enjoy this tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, as usual, could you maybe consider subscribing to the channel, or click that like button. It really does help the algorithms or whatever, which sounds as though I fully understand what they're all about, but in actual fact I haven't a clue what they do. But it helps if you subscribe. At least I can see the numbers going up, and that's very encouraging. Oh, and before I go off, if I could just maybe remind you to just to check out that CAMpRA campaign for relayers questionnaire, the survey they're putting around just now. It'll be really, really useful if you could respond to that, just to give them an idea, you know, to know what you want from heirs in the UK. So, as I said earlier, I'll put all the details down below. And if you could do that, or maybe indeed think of joining CAMpRA as well, that would be brilliant. So I'm going to enjoy my risotto tonight, listen to the football for a while, and then maybe get an early night. So look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy your camper van, enjoy your outdoors, and see you soon. Bye bye.